Lakas ah.
Oh no.
Let us unite through leadership and excellence as we are leaders. Indeed, a significant individual with the ability to shed light and strength as we cruise the unexpected journey. Mga unleash your curiosity as we interrogate every candidate with the means of recognizing their intentions alongside their advocacies. I am Dominic Zamora, your host for exciting and nerve-wracking event for today's video. Actually, as a spectator, I am feeling how about our candidate who is in our meeting? I think they are feeling anxious and at the same time excited to answer all your questions. So to officially start our program, let us now invite Mom and Shen for our prayers to guide us for today's event.
Hello? Hello? Hello po. May I request everyone to close their eyes and feel the presence of God. God, the source of every good gift, you have called us together as servants to do your will. Grant us the light of your Spirit to guide us in our responsibilities as a school council. May we work together in harmony for the common
Thank you, Ma'am and Shen, for your wonderful words of prayers, and we hope that uh, we will be guided for today. And now to have our welcome remarks, let us now welcome Sir William B. Bartolome, also the part of youth or Chief Commissioner of COMEA, standing for Commission of Elections and Appointments.
Good afternoon sa ating mga um, naririto sa platform na to, pati din sa mga nanonood ngayong araw na to sa ating YouTube. Ano? So, welcome sa ating Meeting de Avance. So, itong Meeting de Avance is talagang nasa new normal na rin. Ano? Ngayon ay nasa online world tayo. No? Anyway, good luck sa mga candidate no, ng dalawang panig kung hindi ako nagkakamali. No? And hopefully, itong dalawang panig na to, no, or dalawang partido, no, ay alam naman natin na talaga namang napili or mahuhusay, ano, sa larangan ng kanilang pamumuno. Kaya lang, kailangan mayroon tayong piliin, no, na isang kandidato na kung saan ay maipagtatanggol ang karapatan nating mga estudyante at hindi lang may pagtatanggol, no, ang karapatan ng estudyante, kundi makatutulong, no, sa ating paaralan. Hindi naman kasi lahat ng leader, no, ay may kakayahan, no, na makihalubilo at maisama, no, or maipagtanggol nga, no, yung kanyang mga nasasakupan. So, itong pagpili natin ngayong araw na to, no, yung mapapakinggan natin ay kumbaga ito yung maging factor sana natin sa pagpili, no, ng ating iluluklok o ihahalal ngayong 2022-2023 sa ating SSG na mga officers, no. Tiyakin natin, no, sa mga manonood ng ating paaralan ng CCSIS na ang ating mapipili ay yung makakatuwang ng paaralan, ano, para sa pagpapaunlad, no, sa aspeto ng ating mga or sa ating mga estudyante. So, nawa itong ating gawain para sa araw na to ay maging matagumpay at makatulong, no, sa inyong lahat, no, sa pagpili natin, ano, ng maihahalal. So muli, good luck and congratulations sa ating lahat. Ganun din, no, dun sa dalawang partido, no, na ating mapapakinggan maya-maya lang, advance congratulations, ano, dahil nga hindi naman lahat magkakaroon ng pagkakataon na ma-experience o maranasan yung ganitong uri ng gawain, no. So ngayon pa lang, no, manalo o matalo dahil nakaranas kayo nito at nagkaroon kayo ng lakas na loob, no, na makihalubilo, no, sa ganitong gawain, it is an advantage na, no. So congratulations sa ating lahat. So yung mananalo, ito ay isang gift from Lord, no, from our God, no, na siyempre siya yung tinanghal, no, ang mapipili dito ay tatanghal, no, ni Lord, no, para makatulong natin sa ating mga susunod na araw. So muli, thank you din sa ating SSG advisor na si Ma'am Maricar at sa lahat ng mga teachers na nandito nakasupport, no, sa ating youth COMEA, no, na binuo, no, para maisakatuparan itong gawain. So muli po ay isa pong mapagpala at mabiyayang tanghali po sa ating lahat.
Thank you po, Sir William, for your words that inspire our student leaders or future student leaders. Actually, even though that we are in the process of finding the officer, you are still a leader and have the confidence and the want and need to serve our students and the people in CCSIS. And now to present the program for our meeting the Avance, let us now welcome Ma'am Maricar Bayrante, also our SSG advisor.
Good afternoon po. Yan. So, the purpose of this meeting the Avance is to help the CalSeg community select the deserving candidates, no, to be the school year's Supreme Student Government. Yan. So, the medium of communication may be in Filipino or in English, whichever the candidate prefers. And reminder lamang, let us stick to the time given for each round so that we can finish on time. And also, we have 3 rounds for this meeting, the Avance. So round 1, know the candidates. This will be facilitated by Ma'am Emmy Ferrer. Then round 2, speak up, facilitated by Mr. Kevin Barrera. And the last round, agree or disagree. This will be facilitated by Mr. Percy Roa. So I hope walang kakabahan and i-express lang natin yung thoughts natin, ano, and good luck sa lahat ng candidates. So, yun lang. Thank you so much.
Thank you po, Ma'am Maricar. I think all the candidates and the audience are guided for today's event. And now let us now welcome Ma'am Emmy Ferrer for the round 1 of this program, which is Know the Candidates.
Good afternoon. Am I being heard? Okay na?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm Ma'am Emmy, your SSG Grievance Commissioner. So before we start, according to Aristotle, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. But at this point, knowing our candidates before election is intelligence. So each presidential candidate will be given 5 minutes to introduce his or her candidates and to present their platforms. On the other hand, our independent candidates will be given 2 minutes each to introduce oneself and his or her platform. Okay, are you ready, candidates? So we'll start with the Bahaghari party. Start with the presidential, Ms. Yasha Luvinia Tolentino Bautista.
Isang mahusay, makulay at makasaysayang araw sa ating lahat. Pinakikilala ko sa buong CCSIS ang Bahagharing Party. Ako si Yasha Lavinia Bautista, kumakandidato po bilang SSG President. Narito ang aking advocacy at plataforma. Una, ang pag-ugnayan sa mga organisasyong tumutuon sa kapakanan ng mga mag-aaral, kagaya ng Kabataan Party List at League of Filipino Students, para sa mga educational discussion at provincial consultation. Ikalawa, ang pagkakaroon ng buwanang target sa mga basita. Ang maliit dito ay pamumuhunan sa mga solar panel at konserbasyong pangkalikasan. Ikahuli, narito ang plano maging interkonektado at magkaisa ang mga student leader kabilang ang mga opisyales mula sa school publication, chairperson ng mga club, ang SSG at ang mga classroom officer. Ikalawang position, ipinakikilala ko si Martin R. Subuche, tumatakbo bilang SSG Vice President. Kinabibilangan ng kanyang advokasya ng 3 pangunahing tunguhin. Una, ang youth empowerment. Sinundan ito ng inisyatibong gender sensitive, habang kabilang din ang pangangalaga sa mental health ng mga mag-aaral. Para sa kanyang mga programa, nangunguna rito ang Rainbow Rings, Gender Orientation Awareness and Sensitivity Program. Samantala, narito rin ang kanyang programang Kumusta, a Mental Health Awareness Project. Para sa aming sekretarya, nakikilala ko si Abby Revilla. Paano kanan ni Abby Revilla ang mga sumusunod? Una, ang Community Pantry o Storage for Students in Need, kung saan ipinagtitibay nito ang konsepto o pagtutulungan ng ng mga mag-aaral at bayanihan sa loob ng paaralan. At bilang mga leader ng mag-aaral, isinusulong din ni Revilla ang pagkakaroon ng effective leadership course upang humalima pa na mas maraming leader para sa mga bata, para sa kapwa at para sa bayan. Para sa posisyong treasurer, ipinakikilala ko po si Isabel de la Cruz. Isinusulong niya ang pagkakaroon ng alternatibong paraan ng komunikasyon o pagbukas ng amateur radio orientation ng mga mag-aaral. Dito magiging handa ang kalsay sa mga oras ng kalamidad at mapapanatili pa ang pakikipag-ugnayan. Bukod pa dito, ang I know you know, fake news no more. Ito ang pagtatalakay ukol sa tamang paggamit ng impormasyon lalo na sa social media. Samantala, narito si Luis Arintoc, ang kumakandidato para sa posisyong auditor. Para sa Transparency Report, isinusulong ni Luis Arintoc ang pagkakaroon ng CCSIS Monthly Financial Reports. Samantala, para naman sa Advocacy for Environmental Responsibility and Awareness, narito ang kanyang Earth Sign, Earth-Loving Conscience. Para naman sa Public Information Officer, ipinakikilala ko si Reneto Padua IV. Una sa kanyang listahan ang This Is Me campaign, advocacy at pumutuan sa mental health ng mga mag-aaral. Para Kumangluwa naman sa kanyang ang vision for Calsite, Student Resolutions Campaign kung saan plano nitong pag-ibigin ang kapakanan ng mga mag-aaral ng Calsite. Para sa posisyong Protocol Officer, pinakikilala ko si Sofia Maniik. Narito ang kanyang mga panukala. Una, ang pagkakaroon ng CCSIS Olympics upang mapagtibay ang work ng mga mag-aaral. Sinundan naman ito ng information campaign kung saan binubuksan sa mga estudyante ang pagkakaroon ng kamalayan sa lipunan. Samantala sa porsyong grade 12 representative narito si Garnet Jacob Co at ang kanyang mga programa. Isa rito para sa tumataas na presyo ng mga pamasahe, plano ni Co ang pagkakaroon ng fundraising para sa mga estudyante na nagko-commute. Si grade 11 naman, pinakikilala ko si Gwyneth Batumbakal, isinutulong niya ang una Club Balikro, Institution of Artistic and Athletic Clubs and Associates. Ikalawa rito ang Palarong Pinoy and Inter-School Filipino Games Fest. Dumako naman tayo sa grade 10 representative, narito si Ashley Santos at ang kanyang programa. Isa na rito ang History, Our Story, LGBTQIA+ Club at Peer History Webinar. Goal nito na turuan ang mga kabataan ukol sa kahalagahan ng SOGI at kasaysayan nito. Para sa grade 9 representative, tatakbo mula sa aming partido si Tom Piroselis. Ilan sa kanyang mga adhikain ang Learn and Earn, an online tutorial for mathematics and science. Dito magiging daan si Tom Piroselis upang tumulong sa mga mag-aaral hindi sa math at agham. Para naman sa grade 8 representative, plano ni Gab para share ang mga sumusunod na pagpapaiting ng gender equality. Sinundan ito ng pagpapahalaga sa mental health ng mga mag-aaral, samantalang hindi dito mapapahuli ang creating a safe and comfortable environment for LGBTQIA+. And last but not the least, ang aming grade 7 representative, Hannah Batumbakal. Isa sa kanyang mga plataforma ang Hobby Me Up, Countering Internet Addiction. Pinopromote ito ang pagwawaksi sa internet addiction na siya nakaaapekto sa pag-aaral at kalusugan ng mga bata. At iyan ang aming buong partido, ang Bahaghari Party. Pinatutunayan namin na ang lahat ay kabahagi, husay at saysay ang maghahari. Muli isang makasaysayang araw sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat.
Siksik, liglig at umaapaw na pagpapakilala, no? 5 minutes, may natitira pa siyang 27 seconds. Okay, so there we have it, the Bahaghari Party sa pangunguna ng Pangulo nila ni si Yesha Lavinia Bautista. Okay, so dumako naman tayo sa Group 2. Okay, so we have our presidential candidate from Angat Calsay. Let's hear it from Isaac Humphrey Espina Silva.
Maraming salamat. Nandito tayo ngayon, tumatayo. Tumitindig kami ngayon sa isang punto na ang paniniwala na ang husay at saysay na napanday ay dapat iangat, na dapat iniaangat at dapat umaangat. Kaya kami nagpapakilala sa pangalang Angat Calsay, na naniniwala na kapag ang gobyerno, ang pamamahala, ang paglilingkod ay mahusay, ang husay at saysay na pinanday ay aangat. Kami ay tumutungtong sa 3 puntong plano na pinangalanan naming Calsay para sa kalsayan. Una, ang una sa aming plano ay husay at saysay sa partisipasyon. Ibabalik namin ng tiwala sa student government. Palalawakin ng student freedom of information at direktang makikinig sa loobin ng bawat isang mag-aaral. Pangalawa, sa aming punto, husay at saysay sa pamamahala. Palalakihin ang burokrasya ng student government para mabigyan ng pagkakataon ng mga gustong maglingkod sa anumang posisyon. Isa sa alang-alang ang pagpapaunlad ng student leadership.
Disconnect lang po si Aiza.
Ayan, I think na-disconnect si Isaac due to technical difficulties, but I know that Isaac will be back in this meeting shortly after recovering his internet. And I think sa mga audience natin dyan, mga ka-sister, please comment down everything or message for the future candidate. And if you have any thoughts, just comment down below para sa din ang ating mga kandidato. Muli, if meron kayong idea or message para sa ating mga candidates or kaya naman mga gusto nyo, pwede din naman yung i-comment mamaya sa ating chat box or ito din sagutin ng mga candidate natin mamaya.
Okay, so habang hinihintay natin ang Angat Kalsay, I think the SSG advisor advised us to give way first to the independent candidate. So let's start with the protocol officer, Julia Aliota Abril de la Cruz, protocol officer.
Thank you po. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julia Aliota A. de la Cruz, the class president of grade 7 Alitaptap, running for the position of protocol officer. Dream, plan, do. A simple process which all of us can do. We dream and then plan and then do. We can't just dream and plan. It can't stop there. And we also can't just do. We need to know our dream and we need to have a plan on doing it. So vote for me and all together we'll dream for the best of our school. We'll plan what and how we're gonna achieve that dream of ours, and we'll all work together in doing that plan to achieve our dreams. If I become the protocol officer, I promise to lead on practicing discipline and living by it so that us students will be able to bring that outside the campus and make it a definition of our personal being. I also promise to work hand in hand with the other officers and to always generate checklists and activities that promote self-awareness against viruses and diseases to protect the health welfare of each and every Kalsian. I have a lot of dreams for myself and for our school, and I just mentioned some of the plans I have for Kalsay and Kalsians. So I hope you could let and help me in doing those. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you so much, Julia. Okay, protocol officer, independent candidate. Okay, let's hear it naman from the grade 7 representative, independent din na tumatakbo, Noel Mata Junior Sarmiento.
Mabuhay, Kalsay! I am Noel Sarmiento Jr., running for the position of grade 7 representative. I am an independent candidate. That means I am not included in any party list. And this represents my bravery and determination in the field of politics. What makes me a leader, you may ask? I have the knowledge and experience. I have the passion and determination. And finally, I have the advocacies and platforms. I have observed that the students lacks of confidence and unity. Though others are willing to help their fellow students, but majority does not. If I were to be a leader, I would be in the front lines in encouraging students to come out and enjoy learning with their new friends.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Noel Mata. Mabuhay si Noel Mata, an independent candidate from grade 7. Okay, let's go to grade 8 representative, another independent candidate, Shane Mangabang Polano.
Greetings to all my fellow sisters. Being a leader is not about title. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. I am Shayna Pulano, a second-year student running for the position of Grade 8 representative in SSG and the class president of Maya. I am passionate about joining organizations and getting leadership training at such a young age. My shared goal is to serve you, my fellow students, as well as our faculty, staff, and instructors. I am hoping you all students will allow me to show off my abilities to everyone. In addition, I have a constant deep desire to support and guide individuals for the growth of the school and of the learners. Now, here are my platforms. First of all, one goal, one passion, waste designation. This is to look for and indicates to where garbage and waste should be properly thrown, followed by stigma-free zone or stress management symposium for mental health awareness. Let us all show care and compassion and bring hope to others by creating campaign about this. This focuses on enhancing the social skills of every student to lead to an amazing school year ahead. Third is the fundraising horrific, whose beneficiaries are those members of our community who have support for their educational endeavors. Every classroom will have a box of hope where students, teachers, and staffs can donate to help individuals for their financial assistance. Followed by SCI, whose SCI Got Talent, a talent contest open for all science, any grade or level, solo, pair, or even a group. Next is the Simply Battle of Bands. Battle of Band competition open for all science who wants to share their passion in music. And lastly is the Kausayahan Fair. This campaign focuses more on making the year more fun for the students and to have a short break with academics. I believe that majority of the students will like this because they suggested it themselves. This includes the project food stalls and booths that the students will implement. Once again, I am Shayna Pulano running for the position of Grade 8 representative. Thank you for listening and God bless everyone.
Ayan, so there we have it. We heard the different platforms of our 3 different independent candidates, from the protocol officer, grade 7 representative, and another from grade 8 representative. Okay, I think Angat Kalsay, handa na ba ang ating Angat Kalsay? Again, may I present to you the Angat Kalsay party headed by Isaac Humphrey Espina Silva.
Dahil sa mga hindi inaasahang pangyayari, nagkaroon ng pagtigil sa presentasyon. Ngunit bibilisan ko lamang mumula ulit sa taas. Ang aming plano, ang Kasay para sa Kalsayan. Una, ang husay at saysay sa partisipasyon. Pangalawa, husay at saysay sa pamamahala. At pangatlo, husay at saysay sa serbisyo. Ang husay at saysay sa serbisyo, dadagdagan ng serbisyong iniaalok ng Supreme Student Government. Mas komprehensibo at palagi ang aktibidad para sa kaginhawaan ng mga mag-aaral. Bibigyan ng importansya ang mga clubs at extracurricular at co-curricular organizations para mabigyan ng recreational time ang mga mag-aaral at panghuli, paaabutin sa bawat isang kalsayan ng serbisyo ng Supreme Student Government. Ang Angat Kalsay hindi lamang may konkretong plano, meron din kaming mga prinsipyong sinusunod sa pagbuo ng aming mga pulisiya at programa. At iyon ang aming Angat Husay Kalsay Student Government Recovery Program. Una, gisingin ng natutulog na lakas ng kalsay. Pangalawa, linangin ang 21st century skill ng mga mag-aaral para sa bawat mag-aaral. Pang-apat, pagbuhay sa ugnayan ng mga mag-aaral at iba pang kawani. At panglima at ang pinaka-importante, iangat ang husay at saysay na sa Kalsay Pinanday. Ang Angat Kalsay, ang mga planong ito, ang mga prinsipyo, hindi mabubuo kung wala ang mga taong tutugon sa pangako
I think nagkaroon ulit ng technical problem ang ating si Isaac Humphrey Espino. Ayan. So, hindi pa kanina natatapos yung ating mga independent candidate. Nais ko ring tawagin ang isa pang independent candidate mula sa kinatawan ng grade 8. Let's have it with Ayala Sheldo Kalamayan Agkawili.
Good day, everyone. I am Ayala Shelusi Agkawili, running for grade 8 representative. I promise that once given an opportunity, I will give and do my best to accomplish my duties as your representative. I'm running for this position not only to represent my grade level, but also to help all students to become their better selves and get out of their comfort zone. I am an experienced leader at such a young age, that's why I know how to listen, communicate, and make my team comfortable with each other, which can lead to a goal and a success. Once you vote me and trusted me, I will never take my words back. And of course, I've prepared platforms for you such as number 1, Sports Squad. This is an organization that will, of course, focus on sports. Next is Sway and Slay, organization that will focus on music. Third is Art Saya, that will focus on arts. Artists, painters, and anyone who are willing to learn and share knowledge about arts can join. Fourth one is Kalsay Husay, every quarter debate to enhance our critical thinking. A letter for care. Every floor will have a box of care wherein they can drop their opinion, suggestion, or message anonymously to the SSG officers that will help our organization or school. Bagong itsura, bagong pag-asa, students will recycle materials and make a fundraising event. Collected money will be used for the materials in Sports Squad and Art Saya. Trust me and give me a chance to serve you and help you. A competent leader with a heart, a leader that you can rely on, and a leader that is willing to help. Your vote, your voice. Vote for the best. Vote Ayala Sheluagkawili for grade 8 representative.
Ayan, thank you so much. Yes, tama, vote for the best. Okay? So, handa na ba si Isaac? Nagbabalik po si Isaac Humphrey Espina Silva, rather, from Angat, Kalsay. So I guess wala ako nakalimutan ng independent candidate. Lahat ba natawag na? Okay, thank you all. Handa na po ba ang Angat Kalsay? So I'm quite sure leadership is a process, not an end or a destination. Okay, I was still on the process. Let's wait and hear again from Isaac Humphrey Espina from Angat Kalsay. So anyone from Angat Kalsay who would like to continue? Maybe Isaac Humphrey may technical trouble or may konting technical problem. So anyone or anybody from the group of Angat Kalsay? Is there any candidate for Angat Kalsay?
Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Ako po si Juliana Lorraine Natal, ang Vice Presidente ng Angat Kalsay. Ngayon po ay papakilala ko ang aking mga kapartido. Simulan natin sa Grade 12 Level Representative na si Lois Aguila, Grade 11 Level Representative Ella Navares, Grade 10 Level Representative Eunice Francine Pecho, Grade 9 Level Representative Senya Guain Cepeda, Grade 8 Level Representative Althea Faith Alivio, Grade 7 Level Representative Tres Flores III, at para naman po sa aming Peace Officer, si Mark Andrew Burgos, sa aming PIO, si Justin Noel Aquino, para naman sa Auditor, si Faye Labasan, sa aming Treasurer, si Jana Victoria Aquino, para naman po sa aming Secretary, si Gabriel Ann Malihan, at ang inyong Vice Presidente, ako, si Juliana Lorraine Natal, at ang ating Presidente, Isaac Humphrey Espina Silva.
Okay, so thank you so much. So narinig natin ang lahat ng ating mga candidates from Bahaghari, Yesha Lovinio Tolentino Bautista, from Angat Kalsay, Isaac Humphrey Espina Silva, with their other candidates. So good luck to everyone. So I hope we will vote for the best. Let's proceed to round 2.
And now we already finished the round 1, which to know our candidates better with their presidential and of course alongside our independent candidates. And now for the round 2, speak up. Let us now ask Sir Kevin to grace the floor for round 2.
Okay, thank you, Dominic, for that. So I am Sir Kevin, your Commissioner on Screening and Validation. So for the round 2, which is entitled Speak Up. So prior to the event, questions for each elective position will be gathered via Google Forms. So I already selected one question per position that will be asked for each candidate for that position. So all elective positions will be given a 1 minute to answer one question, wherein candidates from each group will be alternately polled. So the pattern of calling the candidates is based on the list provided by the advisor of the Supreme Student Government. So we will do it alphabetically per position. Then follow-up questions may be entertained if time permits to do so. Okay, so let's begin first with the position of the president between Bautista Yesha Lovinia and Silva Isaac Humphrey. Okay, so Ma'am Maricar, can you please flash our timer and also the first question? Okay, so for our presidents, what are the keys to translating your vision for the Calamba City Science Integrated School future into action? What do you think is the most challenging aspect of this position, and what are you doing to overcome it? Okay, so again, what are the keys to translating your vision for the CCSIS future into action? And what do you think is the most challenging aspect of this position, and what are you doing to overcome it? Okay, let's begin first with Miss Bautista Yesha Lavinia. Your timer will start now.
May isa sa katuparan po ang isang plataforma, isang programa sa pamamagitan ng pagkakaisa. Dahil ang isang tao ay hindi lamang ang SSG ay hindi lamang iisang leader, hindi lang ang presidente ang leader dito, kundi lahat ng miyembro ng SSG ay isang leader, ay lahat sila ay mga leader. So para isa katuparan ng isang plataforma, kailangan ng pagkakaisa. At isa sa mga pinaka-challenging aspect nito ay ang pagkuha ng tiwala at ang pakikiisa ng mga kamiyembro mo. Kung wala kang pagmamahal at hindi mo makukuha ang tiwala ng lahat, hindi mo maisa sa katuparan ng isang vision, na isa sa katuparan ng bilang iisa na organisasyon. At yun lang.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Bautista. Next is Mr. Isaac Silva from Angat Kalsay Party. Mr. Silva, you have your 1 minute and your timer will start now.
Sir. Ang pinuno, lalo na ang Pangulo, dapat siyang nangunguna sa pagtugon ng pagkakaisa. Sa kanya dapat nagmumula ang tunay na pagiging mahusay. Mahusay siyang kuminatis, marunang siyang kumilos, maalam siyang mga siwa. Ang kinabukasan ng Kalsay ay makukuha lamang hindi sa pamamagitan ng mga salita at makukulay na lingwahe. Ito ay makakamit sa sabay-sabay na pagkilos at sa pagpapaunlad ng bawat isang husay ng mga bawat mag-aaral at sa pamamagitan ng pamumunong mahusay, lahat ng mga kasama mo, lahat ng mga nasa ilalim, lahat ng mga nasa laylayan, susunod sa yapak mo bilang mahusay. Sila ang gagawin nating sentro, tayo mismo ang lalapit sa kanila.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Isaac Silva. Let's proceed to the position of the Vice President, okay? Between Mr. Arcibuche and Ms. Nadal. For your question, as Vice President, how would you help the school as the right hand of the President? And what would you like to prioritize among the aspects of the education in CCSIS? Again, as Vice President, how would you help the school as the right hand of the President of SSG? And what would you like to prioritize among the aspects of education in CCSIS? So let's begin with Mr. Arcibuche of Bahaghari. Your 1 minute will start now.
Isang magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Matutulungan ko po ang aking presidente sa pamamagitan ng hindi pagiging spare tire kung saan gagawin ng mga responsibilidad at magpapakita ng aksyon, hindi lamang puro salita. Tapos siguro papalakihin natin yung pagkakaroon, yung sa aspeto ng edukasyon, yung pagka-correct ng mga mali or disinformation na lumalaganap hindi lamang sa ating paaralan kundi sa buong mundo. Isa pa rito, maaari ko ring i-empower others dahil ang leader ay hindi lamang tungkol sa pagiging title or sa pagkakaroon ng power. Tapos, ayun, pagkakaroon ng pakikipaglaban sa disinformation at pakikipag-ugnayan, pati lalo na sa mga teachers dahil mahalaga ito bilang isang SSG officer.
All right, thank you, Mr. Arcibuche of Bahaghari. And for Angat Kalsay, let's hear from Ms. Nadal Juliana. Your 1 minute will start now.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Ako ay Vice Presidente. Vice dahil magiging busy sa pagtulong sa ating Pangulo. Pangalawang Pangulo dahil ako ang kanang kamay ng ating Pangulo. At naniniwala po ako na bilang estudyante, ang pinaka-importante ay ang humility. Studying in an institution wherein people think that we are the cream of the crop encourages us to believe in our full potential. But for me, the character is what matters most. Keeping my feet on the ground is the reason why my shoes take me to places where I am meant to be. I may win this election, but one thing's for sure, I am just like everyone else. And I am here not to abuse my power, but to serve every CCSIS student.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nadal. Let's proceed to the aspiring secretaries of our SSG, Ms. Malihan and Ms. Revilla. For your question, what do you think are the important skills a secretary should have or must possess? How can these skills contribute towards the efficiency of the SSG this year? Again, what do you think are the important skills a secretary should have? How can these skills contribute towards the efficiency of the SSG this year. Okay, so let's begin with Ms. Malihan of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Tumatakbo ako bilang secretary at ang naniniwala ako na ang mga skills na kailangan bilang isang secretary ay una sa lahat ay accountability, pangalawa ay organizational integrity. Naniniwala rin ako na bilang isang secretary, kailangan ko ng gumamit ng technical skills. Ngunit kailangan ko rin mag-emphasize sa mga nararamdaman at sa loobin ng bawat estudyante. Isang importanteng skill rin bilang secretary ay keen to details at trustworthy. Dapat rin kaya kong ilathala lahat ng mga importanteng bagay. Lahat ng importanteng bagay. Bukod doon, naniniwala din ako na bilang isang secretary, kailangan rin open ako sa constructive criticism at feedback ng bawat isa. Dahil naniniwala ako na yun ang makakatulong sa akin para mag-improve bilang isang secretary. At mag-iiwan ako sa isang katagang, maliit man ako sa inyong paningin, anumang pagsubok kaya kong tahakin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Malihan. And for Bahaghari, let's hear from Ms. Revilla Ann Bernadette. Your 1 minute will start now. Pardon, Ms. Revilla. I think hindi ka namin naririnig although ikaw ay naka-unmute. Okay, pa-double check again. Baka may technical problem ang iyong audio. Wala pa din, Ms. Revilla. I think may problem. Ano kaya nangyari? Siguro mag-leave ka muna na mabilis tapos magpa-admit ka ulit. Baka lang may problem yung Zoom. Ayan. So, while waiting for our secretary, so well said for our candidates sa President and Vice President. So sa ating mga viewers ng mga CCSIS students, so I do hope ay pinakinggan nyo ng mabuti ang ating mga candidates for the positions of the President and the Vice President para sa darating na botohan sa darating na Wednesday this week ay mapili nyo kung sino ang mas nararapat maging leader nyong mga mag-aaral dito sa CCSIS, di ba? Kasi ay 1 year din silang maglilingkod bilang inyong mga opisyales. So dapat makita natin kung sino yung mas makapagbibigay sa atin ng totoong serbisyo at totoong leadership para sa ating lahat, di ba? Ayan. So nakabalik na ba yung ating candidate for the secretary? Ayan, Ms. Revilla, sige nga pa-test.
Hello, sir.
Ayan, so again, Ms. Revilla, we will reset your timer since wala rin naman kami narinig sa'yo kanina. So your timer will start now.
Important kasi
Abby, nawawala ka pa din? Ba't kaya ganon? Siguro need mo magkabit ng earpiece o earphones. Ayan, okay na ba, Mr. Villa? I think nagpa-admit ka na isa.
Hello, sir.
Ayan. So sige, you may resume your answer, Mr. Villa. Okay?
Opo. Okay, tulad po ng sinabi ng aming presidente, ang isang leader ay isang secretary ay isa ring leader. Hindi ito isang pampunang posisyon lamang sa isang organisasyon at ito ay isang kabahagi ng kanilang organisasyon. Ang pagkakaroon ng sariling opinion sa kanilang mga pinag-uusapan ay isang malaking bagay upang mabuo ang pagsasamahan ng kanilang grupo at ang kanilang awareness sa mga nangyayari ay makatutulong upang makabuo ng isang desisyon na makatutulong para sa lahat.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Villa, for that answer. So, tapos na tayo sa ating mga secretary. Let's proceed sa ating dalawang naglalabang ingat yaman o treasurer. So, for your question, with the limited budget of the SSG, what fundraising programs can you suggest that will be encouraging for your fellow CCSIS students, and how can it contribute in providing finances to the organization? Again, with the limited budget of the SSG, what fundraising programs can you suggest that will be encouraging for your fellow CCSIS students, and how can it contribute in providing finances to the organization? Let's begin first with Ms. Aquino Jana Victoria of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now.
I think when it comes to developing ways on how to raise funds, it is important we must first know the primary goals, and second is who is it for. Raising funds in a school is not just about the objective of collecting money and that's it. It should have a purpose. This can be either done by proposing projects or events. Some projects could be bringing back or creating CCSIS merchandise. We can sell CCSIS merch such as t-shirts, caps, jackets, and hoodies to promote the togetherness and show that every Kalsayan is proud to be part of the community. Next is the cash from trash, selling segregated trash from segregated trash such as white papers, colored papers, etc. And that could promote proper waste segregation for the whole CCSIS community. And when it comes to proposing events, the most efficient way to raise funds is to pick the interest of the student body. We could bring back events such as acquaintance, intrams, talent shows to raise funds, but of course, we'll still have the proper observance of the COVID health protocols. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Aquino. And for Bahaghari Party, let's hear from Ms. De La Cruz Isabel. Your timer will start now.
Good afternoon, everyone. One of the fundraising programs that was mentioned earlier by our party president is the UK program, that is wherein students will bring their pre-loved items, clothing, in which we will sell it to other students at a low price, wherein we will generate a fund which will be used by the SSG. It will contribute finances to the organizations, not only the funds, but also new clothing for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Aquino and Ms. De La Cruz. Let's proceed to the position of the auditor between Mr. Arintoc and Ms. Labasan. So for your question, when raising funds of any kind, how can you ensure full transparency and honesty to where these funds will be allocated? Again, when raising funds of any kind, how can you ensure full transparency and honesty to where these funds will be allocated? Let's begin first with Mr. Arintoc Mark Luis of Bahaghari Party. Your 1 minute will start now.
Thank you, sir, and good afternoon. For the question, I can be the voice for all the students, and the simplest thing I can do is, as an auditor, just to give you cautious updates of our school's financial report. I am also planning to have monthly inspections of rooms so that I can see report and hopefully get funds for the needs of every section. And so that by that I can give you the transparency and honesty, and I can to give you to get your trust. And in my mind, I believe in Maxwell's saying that a leader is one of the who knows the ways, goes the way, and shows the way. I fit the criteria, and me or us as a leader, I will show conscience the way, lead and help you. I am the leader that will not just sit here, drink coffee, and watch you suffer. As much as possible, I will suffer with you or suffer for you guys because Kalsay is my home and all of you guys are my family. Lalaban ang bahaghari party para sa inyo, Kalsians, and laban natin ito.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Arintok, Mark Luis. Next is Ms. Labasan Karina Faye of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now.
Hello po. Can you hear me po?
Yes.
So in ensuring transparency, I believe that an increasing transparency sa pag-handle ng budget, let the people know, let the people know what is within the organization, and ensuring proper communication as well as collaboration skills with the treasurer and the president, and also continuously seeking suggestions and feedback regarding sa mga activities, kung nasasiyahan ba sila, kung nabibigay ba yung kinakailangan ng mga Kalsay students. And I believe na hindi lang dapat sa pagiging auditor, but being a leader is also a choice, not just a position. It begins by choosing to make a difference with our gifts, and with that choice, we became a voice who turns visions into reality, making the impossible possible. And for all the people we ought to serve. Once again, I am Karina Faye Bilabasan from grade 12 Makiling, running for the position of auditor. Na nag-iiwan ng kay labasan lalabas ang kahusayan. Thank you.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa ating mga kandidato para sa posisyon ng auditor. Dumako naman tayo sa mga public information officer, and here is your question. Aside from editing PubMads, which is usually delegated to the public information officer of the SSG, what else can you contribute to maximize your role as the public information officer of the Supreme Student Government? Again, aside from editing PubMads for the SSG, what else can you contribute to maximize your role as the PIO of the Supreme Student Government? So let's hear first from Mr. Aquino Justin Noel of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now.
Aside from editing PubMads and producing videos, I can also contribute my role with validating where the source of the information came from. I will also implement some strategies in where information can be accessed by everyone of each student of CCSIS. Thank you.
All right, so thank you, Mr. Aquino, for that. So the next one is Mr. Roneto Padua of Baghari. Your 1 minute will start now.
So good day, everyone. I am Renato T. Pado IV, 16 years old, a fourth-year high school student, layout artist in grade 10 Raflasha, and running for the position of Public Information Officer or PIO together with my fellow candidates and party. As implied by the official title, a Public Information Officer represents an organization to the general public, which is our school, and we organize and conduct media events to convey significant news or deliver crucial information during a situation or crisis. So for this question, I have prepared like 2 solutions or platforms that can help resolve these problems, like Data Council to utilize technology to provide every sister with a timely and trustworthy source of information, either through the social media platforms or alternatives. And second, the Time Construction, which is to implement an activity calendar, and activities and time periods for compiled activities inside the schools are organized, and launch a framework for an online school activity calendar that will be made publicly available for the student body to provide complete transparency and advance notice of future events. And lastly, a monthly post published by a student group to promote events that the organization and or student body has planned and discussed with advisors or teachers. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Padua of Baghari Party. So Let's now proceed to the three competing students for the position of the protocol officer. So for your question, so let me read the question. How can you encourage your fellow students to follow school protocols, especially those involving health and safety protocols now that the pandemic is still ongoing? How can you encourage your fellow students to follow school protocols, especially those involving health and safety protocols? Let's first hear from Mr. Burgos Mark Andrew of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now.
Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Unang-una, kailangan nating i-recognize na ang threat at risk ng COVID-19 ay nandito pa rin sa paligid. Isa sa mga panukalang nais namin ipatupad bilang Angat Kalsay Party List ay ang pagdantay sa mga estudyante, maging karaniwan man ito o mga kilalang mga estudyante o mag-aaral. Dantayan, maging sandigan, samahan sila sa lahat ng mga problema. Dahil dito, kapag sinasamahan natin sila, pinipili natin sila sa araw-araw, dinadamayan natin sila, mabilis nating maipapanukala ang lahat ng mga COVID-19 protocols o maging ang mga disaster risk protocols. Isa sa mga nais ko ring ipanukala bilang isang protocol officer ay ang pagkakaroon ng culmination ng lahat ng Sergeant and Arms protocol officers mula sa section and grade level representatives upang maging kabahagi ng SSG. Tandaan natin na nag-quadruple ang bilang ng Calamba City Science population mula sa 200 naging 1,000 halos lahat mahigit ang estudyante ng Kalsay at hindi ito makayang tugunan ng isang protocol officer lamang. Kaya hinihingi ko ang kamay at ang sandigan ng lahat ng mga protocol officers ng bawat section and representatives bilang maging katuwang ng magiging protocol officer.
Okay, so maraming salamat Mr. Burgos of Angat Kalsay. Next is our independent candidate, Ms. De La Cruz Julia Alyota. Your
Okay,
1 minute will start now.
Okay, good afternoon po. For me po, to encourage my fellow students to follow our school protocols po, I think first kailangan ko pong mag-set ng good example. Kailangan ko pong iset yung sarili ko bilang isang tao na pwede nilang i-follow at pwede nilang gayahin. Second naman po is gawin po silang aware sa mga possible po na hindi magandang mangyari sa amin if ever na we don't follow the school protocols, especially po involving health and safety protocols. Sunod naman po, I could tell and inform them the benefits po of following the school protocols. Kasi po, of course, if they know the benefits po and if they know na magiging good po yun for them, sino naman po hindi po magfa-follow. And last naman po is ipaliwanag po or i-inform po sila na we can do anything po in unity. Sa pagkakaisa-isa po, sa pagtutulungan, we can make our school, Calamba City Science, a safe and better and healthier environment for all of us po.
Ayan, so thank you, Ms. De La Cruz. And our last candidate for the protocol officer, Ms. Manaik Sofia Danica of Baghari Party. Your timer will start now.
I believe that one good way to go is to have an effective communication. And communication kasi is a two-way process, and the receiver must understand the message to have that effective communication. And as a police officer, or like as a speaker, someone who encourages them, I must be clear, concise, and compassionate. And by making the public or the student body understand the message, which is the importance of following health and safety protocols, they'll know the purpose of that intention, or like they'll know the consequence and the effects of it. And as a police officer, kailangan ko rin maging open sa points of view nila and perspective, and that I have to be sensitive also to the public. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Manaik, and our three candidates for the position of the protocol officer. Now, let's hear from our grade level representatives, starting with the candidates for the grade 7 representative. Here is your question. Being a new student here in CCSIS, how can you promote unity among your fellow grade 7 students who came from different elementary schools? Again, being a new student in CCSIS, how can you promote unity among your fellow grade 7 students who came from different elementary schools? First is Miss Batumbakal Hana of Baghari Party. Your timer will start now.
I can promote unity among my fellow grade 7 students by building up my confidence while approaching them and approaching them assertively, deal with problems rather than ignoring or delaying the issues. And I can make clubs for my fellow students and embody and I think.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Batumbakal. Next is Mr. Flores Pablo of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now.
Being a new student in CCSIS, I can promote unity among my grade 7 students by approaching them and approaching them nicely and starting a conversation with them. That then I will start a conversation with them so we can
Okay, Mr. Flores, your time is up. So we will proceed to our independent candidate, Mr. Sarmiento Noel of independent candidate. Okay, so Mr. Sarmiento, your timer will start now.
For me, unity means if we work together, we excel together. And if we excel, we will have a holistic development. If we could have a holistic development in our community, if we could just have empathy, if we could just understand each other, maybe we could have a better change in our society. That would be all. Again, I am running as a grade 7 representative, and that is all.
Okay, so thank you to our aspiring grade 7 representatives. Let's proceed to the grade 8 representative, and here is your question. How can you encourage your fellow grade 8 students to become more supportive to the programs of the Supreme Student Government and of the school? Again, how can you encourage your fellow grade 8 students to become more supportive to the programs of the Supreme Student Government and of the school? First is Miss Alcawidi Ayala Shelu as our independent candidate. Your timer will start now. Miss Akawili, are you there? I think Miss Agkawili is not here in our Zoom meeting. So let's proceed for the meantime to our next candidate, Miss Alivio Altea Faith of Angat Kalsay. Your 1 minute will start now. Altea, wait. Okay, so repeat tayo, Altea, because you're muted.
Ay, OMG, sorry po. Naka-ano po ako, unmute. So, yun po.
Okay, so take two, Miss Alivio. Your timer will start now.
Muli, ako po si Althea Faith Alivio, tumatakbo bilang grade 8 representative. Na-encourage ko po ang grade 8 level sa pamamagitan ng pagsasabi sa kanila na lahat naman po ng programs natin is para din naman sa kapakanan natin, para sa ikabubuti natin, para sa ating pangarap, para sa Kalsay. Kaya naman po, ako ang magiging mata, tenga at boses ng grade 8 level. Ako ang magiging mata. I am Althea Faith. Have faith na ako ang magiging mata ng batch natin. I am Althea Faith. Have faith na ako ang magiging tenga ng batch natin. I am Althea Faith. Have faith na ako ang magiging boses ng batch natin. Ako ang magiging mata, tenga at boses natin. Iboto Althea Faith sa darating na eleksyon as grade 8 representative. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat. Oh my God.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Alivio. Okay, next from Bahaghari Party, let's hear from Mr. Ponasher Gabriel. Your 1 minute will start now.
Magandang araw po. Ako po si Gabriel Hunyo Ponasher at i-encourage ko po ang bawat grade 8 students sa pamamagitan ng pagpapromote ng aking advocacy. My advocacy is gender equality, na kung saan karamihan po kasi sa mga kabataan ngayon ay, lalo na po sa member ng LGBTQIA+ community, ay hindi po sila nabibigyan ng karapatan. Na kung saan kung ako po ang papalaring manalo, gagamitin ko po ang aking posisyon at ang aking kapangyarihan para i-promote ang aking advocacy. Sapagkat naniniwala po ako na walang sino man sa mundong ito ang pwedeng humusga kung sino at ano ka. At sa amin pong apat, may the best grade 8 representative win. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ponasher. And let's hear from another independent candidate for the grade 8 level representative, Miss Polana Shane. Okay, so your 1 minute will start now.
As an individual student, I want to be a role model and a great leader for everyone, to have a better mutual understanding with others, be the person who flourishes and inspires other students, as well as the senior individuals and young students, being the leader who leads others towards a good future for themselves and who guides them whenever they experience struggles in their lives and approach them by sharing values and having a good communication with everyone to bring them together and so we can unite as one. I will encourage them to participate in every program that will be implemented and to follow the instructions so that the programs can become successful and have fun when they participate in it. Yun lang po, sir.
Okay, thank you, Miss Polana, for that. So, is Miss Akawili already here? I think Miss Akawili is not present in our Zoom meeting. So, we will proceed now to the competing students for the position of the grade 9 representative. So, here is your question. Being a grade 9 student is one of the busiest levels in high school. How can you ensure that you can still support and help the SSG in its endeavors? Again, being a grade 9 student is one of the busiest levels in high school. How can you ensure that you can still support and help the SSG in its endeavors? First is Miss Cepeda Senya Guinet of Angat Kalsay, and your 1 minute will start now.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Senya Cepeda, tumatakbo bilang grade 9 representative ng Kalsay. Being a grade 9 student, alam ko pong napaka-busy po ng aming schedule. Ngunit sa akin pong plano po na tumakbo at tulungan po ang aking kapwa grade 9 students, sisikapin ko pong maging magaling at mag-manage na aking time, maging responsable at maging mapagkakatiwalaan sa bawat plano. Isa po sa aking mga plano is tulungan po na magkaroon po ng magandang komunikasyon ang bawat isa at sa pagiging busy, sisikapin ko pa rin po maging magaling. At yun lang po.
Okay, maraming salamat, Ms. Cepeda. And our second candidate is Ms. Roselis Joan Kirsten of Bahaghari. Okay, so Ms. Roselis, your timer will start now.
Magandang hapon mga Calcians. Ako po si Tom Roselis, an aspiring grade 9 representative. I will try my best to execute my role properly by being the bridge between students, teachers, and serving as their prime channel of communication. I will spare no effort in making every student's voice and opinions heard by the student council. I don't want to win this election for my personal satisfaction, but rather for the service of my fellow students prior to the school's needs. My abilities as a leader have been proven time and again through achievement. I displayed integrity, honor, and commitment. Furthermore, I have been elected as the grade 8 representative in the school year 2021 to 2022, and I can proudly say that these experiences have equipped me with excellent interpersonal communication skills, a stout work ethic, and unwavering resolve to achieve anything I set my mind to. Seeing everyone's smiles faces makes my all my troubles go away, and with the help of other officers and the student council, I rather know that no matter what difficulties we are going to face, nothing can limit us in reaching our goal. Muli, ako si Tampere Celis, nag-iiwat ng katagang, ating husay at saysay ay maghahari sapagkat lahat tayo ay kabahagi. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Celis. So let's return to our grade 8 representative. So Miss Alcawili, so your question is, how can you encourage your fellow grade 8 students to become more supportive to the programs of the SSG and of the school? So your timer will start now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ayala Shelu Agkawili, running for grade 8 representative. So, ma-encourage ko sila na mag-join sa ating mga programs ng SSG at school by promoting it at saka, of course, keeping in touch with them. So, may mga pre-prepare din naman ako na platforms for them, which is, I think, interested sila kasi yun yung lagi kong naririnig sa kanila, like sports and arts. That's all po. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Akawili. Now, let's proceed to the competing students for the position of the grade 10 representative. And your question, being the senior student in junior high school, how can you assist your fellow students from the lower grade levels to thrive in CCSIS? Again, being the senior student in junior high school, how can you assist your fellow students from lower grade levels to thrive in CCSIS? First is Miss Pecho Eunice Francine of Angat Kalsay, and your timer will start now.
Magandang hapon, Pilipinas. Magandang hapon, Kalsyans. Mula sa partida ng Angat Kalsay, tumatakbo bilang representatibo na ikasampung baitang, ako si Eunice Francine Pecho. Magandang hapon, ako nga si Eunice ng 10 Kayumanis. Sa pag-aksyon ay mabilis, malalapitan anumang oras mo nais. May paniniwalang mapa sa bahay, maging sa kalsay at sa lahat ng bagay, ikaw ay may husay at saysay na siya ring sa kalsay pinapanday. Ako'y iyong maaasahan, handa kang pakinggan, mamumunong may paninindigan, iyong kasangga at di ka pababayaan. Handang tumindig at makinig pahahalagahan ng inyong mga tinig, magseserbisyong tapat, sama-samang aangat. Bilang representatibo ng ikasampung baitang, nais ko matugunang pansin ang hinaing at suhestyon ng mga kapwa ko mag-aaral at gampanin kong alamin ang kanilang mga saloobin at unawain ang nais nilang ipahiwatig o sabihin. Sa abot ng aking makakaya ay tutulungan kong matugunan ang kanilang mga pangangailangan sa baraang ito. Mapapahalagan ko ang kanilang mga boses at ito ang matatawag kong maihahain kong serbisyo.
Ayan, maraming salamat, Miss Pecho. And for Bahaghari Party, let's hear from Miss Santos, Ashling Rain Grace. Your timer will start now.
Ako nga pala si Ashling Rain Grace P. Santos from grade 10 Cayumanes. As someone with 4 years of experience, I will guide them with what I have learned throughout the years. Bilang isang kuya nila, papakita ko sa nila na pwede akong maging approachable, pwede akong laging puntahan, pwede akong laging i-chat. Dahil ako nga ang kuya, papakita ko sa nila na pwede nila akong to rely on. I want to be someone na they can see na, that's someone I want to be. That's someone that I want as my kuya. I will show them na it's okay to always go to me for help. I believe na a great leader does not strive to be the boss of everyone, but to be the servant of the people. Someone who strives for a better future by being inclusive and open to any possibilities. This is the kind of leader that I am, and the kind of leader I think makes a great one.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Santos, for that. Okay, so for the grade 11 representative, here is your question. Grade 11 has the most number of subjects among all grade levels. How will you manage your time to juggle between your academics and your role as a grade 11 representative? Again, grade 11 has the most number of subjects among all grade levels in senior high school. How will you manage your time to juggle between your academics and your role as a grade 11 representative? First is Miss Batong Bakal Gwinnett of Baghari, and your timer will start now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Guneth Batumbakal from 11 Bignay, and I am running as your grade 11 representative. Now, as we know, grade 11 has a lot of subjects, but the first thing that I would do is to manage my time. I will create schedules, I would follow my schedules, and never procrastinate. As we know, procrastination can only bring us nothing but disaster. I will learn to plan my works, I will follow my schedules, and I would share my time with my batchmates. I would ask them if they're in need of help, and I would definitely give time for each and every role of mine. I would provide time for my academics, and I would provide time for my leadership role, since this is what I chose to do. I chose to run for a leader. I would fully know my qualities, and I may not be a perfect person, but I believe imperfection is perfection. Ako si Gunat Batumbakal. Please vote me for grade 11 representative. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Batong Bakal. Next one for Angat Kalsay. Let's hear from Miss Navarez Jonna Gabriela. Your timer will start now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jonna Gabriela S. Navarez. You can call me Ella, and I'm running for the grade 11 representative. I would manage my time between being a student and student leader by prioritizing what is important. To organize, what should I prioritize first? What I'm going to do, like what assignments or tasks or performance tasks or anything that relates to academics. And I would be a grade 11 student here, especially right now. We have a lot of assignments, and as a leader, we should know what we should be like, to know what to prioritize. And again, we can do this all together, and I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to our grade 11 representative candidates. So for the last position, the grade 12 representative, here is your question. How can you keep up with your obligations as a representative if you are also busy with your college or university applications for this year? Again, how can you keep up with your obligations as a representative if you are also busy with your college or university applications for this year? Let's hear first from Mr. Aguila Lois Mark of Angat Kalsay, and your timer will start now.
Hello. Ayan, rinig po.
Yes.
So my job as a grade 12 representative is to work on the ground. So to talk about grade 12 students, about their daily life, their agendas, and other stuffs regarding to grade 12. So one thing I learned already from our philosophy class is to choose the lesser evil. If sacrifices must be made, then do it. Do bold choices. I am here because I want to leave before we leave. But always remember, if you want to be an exceptional and remarkable leader, he needs to know his priorities. He needs to be flexible. He needs to be responsible and accountable. And he needs to have a vision. And he is. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Aguila. And for our last candidate, let's hear from Mr. Cole Garnet Jacob of Baghari, and your timer will start now.
Kung ako po ay magiging busy sa aking college applications, mabuti na maging proactive at patuloy na i-handle ang aking mga obligasyon sa paaralan at pati na rin sa pagiging pagproseso ng self-discovery ko, dahil nga ang proseso ng self-discovery ay continuous at inihahanay ko ito sa pag-apply ko sa college applications. Hindi pa ako masyadong desidido sa aking mga kurso, ngunit naniniwala ako na sa patuloy kong paggawa ng aking mga obligasyon bilang SSG ay mas ko-continue kong pag-explore sa sarili ko, makikilala ko ang sarili ko, at habang ginagawa ko ng responsable at matiwasay ang aking mga obligasyon, ay makakatulong din ito sa pagpapalago ng aking plano para sa aking hinaharap. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ko. So that ends our round 2 or the speak up. Dominic, back to you.
Thank you po, Sir Kevin. Actually, I've learned a lot to our candidates, and as student who will vote for a candidate, I am I already have the idea who will I vote, and as said that our vote is also our voice. And now let us now proceed for the part three of this event. Agree or disagree? To be led by Sir also our Commissioner on Electoral Board.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So we come now to the last round, the portion on agree or disagree. So only representative from the party can answer the question of the two question for 2 minutes. So, and also the independent candidate may raise their hand to answer the question. Okay, so please, the question. So the first question now is, do you agree with the incorporation of ROTC or Reserve Officer Training Course in the junior high school and senior high school curriculum? So from the Bahaghari party, any representative? Okay, Ms. Bautista, the running candidate for president. Yes, siya.
So ako po is disagree po ako dito dahil maraming mga bagay na dapat pagtuunan na magpapalago at magpapalakas sa ating depensa militar. Una, ang pagkakaroon ng mga ng depensa militar pakikipag-ugnayan sa iba pang mga karatig bansa na para dito tayo okay. So ibig sabihin, hindi lang dapat na ang pagpapalakas sa depensa militar ay iaasa natin sa mga nag-aaral na estudyante dahil alam natin na maraming ginagawa ang mga estudyante at hindi dito kabilang ang pagprioridad sa mga depensa militar na dapat ay pinagtutuunan ng pansin ng mga tao na sa larangan na ito. Ang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin sa curriculum na isasagawa para sa mga junior high at senior high ay ang pag-unlad sa kanilang curriculum na tumutuon sa akademya, sa kanilang mga abilidad at sa kanilang pagpapatuloy sa kolehiyo upang sila ay may patunguhan na hindi lamang limitado sa kung ano yung ibibigay natin sa ngayon. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Bautista. From Angat Kalsay.
Hello, rinig po ba?
President, candidate, Mr. Silva Isaac. Okay, you are recognized.
Tulad nung nawika ni Ms. Bautista, ako ay hindi sumasang-ayon sa ROTC sa senior high school at junior high school curriculum. Unang-una, kung ang prioridad ng programang ito ay disiplina, hindi ba dapat mangunguna ang disiplina, sisibol ang disiplina sa bahay? Hindi ba dapat kung pauunlarin ang disiplina, hindi ba dapat ito ay gawin sa pinakamataas na level, hindi sa pinakamababa? Ang disiplinang inihahalin tulad ng ROTC ay pasensya sa kawalan ng maayos na salita, ay magiging ipokrito at kawalan ng hustisya sa dami ng dapat unahing problema, lalo na sa sektor ng edukasyon. Mas paramihin ang mga classrooms, pataasin ang sweldo ng mga teachers, damihan ng mga equipment na gagamitin ng mag-aaral. Yun ang dapat unang tutukan. Kung pauunlarin o ipupush ang ROTC, siguro mas karapat dapat ito kung yung buong sistema ay maayos, kung buong sistema ng edukasyon ay mahusay. So, muli, hindi ko sinasang-ayunan ang ROTC sa junior high school at senior high school.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Silva. So, any other from the independent candidate? Yung gusto lang po. So, wala na. Okay, Miss Representative from Alitaptap, Miss Julia. So, you are recognized.
Yes po.
Okay.
Kagaya po ng sagot po ng dalawa pong nauna na candidates for president po, I also disagree. Kasi nga po, meron po tayong mga bagay na dapat pong mas lalong pagtuunan ng pansin at para sa akin hindi po kasali ang ROTC dito. Kung ipupush nga po natin yung ROTC, dapat po meron po tayong mga bagay na ini-improve muna kagaya ng sistema ng edukasyon sa atin. At saka meron po tayong mga nakalaan na tao or program po na talagang para sa ganong category po or type po sa buhay natin. And I think hindi na po natin yun dapat iasa pa po sa mga junior high school or senior high school students na nahihirapan na nga po sa dami ng activities and madami na pong kinakailangan pong gawin po sa buhay nila at that young age. Yun lang po. Thank you po.
Okay, maraming salamat. Okay, may sasagot pa po ba sa mga independent candidate? So wala na po siguro. So we come now to the second question. So do you believe that man and woman are equal? So let's start from the Bahaghari party list.
And sir, siguro no, let's also encourage yung other positions to answer no para hindi lang din ako concentrate do sa president or vice president yung pagsagot sa mga tanong no. So yung ating mga other positions, you are also encouraged to answer our round 3 questions para at least marinig din kayo ng iba pang mga estudyante natin sa Kalsay.
Okay. So from Angat Kalsay, Mr. Silva.
Okay. Noong nakaraang halalan, isa ako sa tumaya sa pangako ng isang gobyernong tapat na mag-aangat sa buhay ng lahat. Pinangungunahan ito ng iba't ibang klase ng tao, sinamahan ng iba't ibang grupo, at pinanigan ng halos kalahat ng maraming milyong-milyong Pilipino. Sa tanong na kung ang lalaki at babae ba ay pareho o are man or women are equal, yes, they are. Always has been. Walang ni isa ang nakakataas sa isa. Tulad nga noong mga panahong iyon na nagkaroon ng liwanag at tumanglaw sa akin, naniwala ako na kaya ding gawin ng babae ang ginagawa ng lalaki. At sa panahon ngayon, sa ika-21 siglo, hindi na kumikilala ng kasarian ang pagkilos, ang pag-unlad, at ang mga gawain. Dahil unang-una, para sa ikabubuti ng lahat, tayo ay kikilos ng hindi kumikilala ng kung sinong kasarian, kasama na din doon ang relihiyon at ang katayuan sa buhay. Pero sa pagkakataong ito, hayaan yung bigyan ko ng diin na kapag ang tao gustong umangat, kapag ang tao gustong uunlad siya sa pamamagitan ng kanyang sariling kakayahan, sa kanyang sariling karanasan. At hindi makakaapekto doon ng kanyang kasarian. At sa mga tao na hanggang ngayon ay naniniwala pa rin na mayroong malinaw na pagkakaiba sa pagitan ng dalawang kasarian ng lalaki at babae, na meron pa ring mas nakakataas at meron pa ring mas mababa. Naway mabuhayan sila at maliwanagan ang kanilang pag-iisip na ngayon, kailan pa man, wala nang linya sa pagitan ng pag-unlad. Wala nang linya sa pagitan ng pag-angat. Babae man o lalaki, lahat aangat.
Okay, maraming salamat, Mr. Silva. Okay, from Bahaghari, Mr. Padua. Kayo are recognized. Hindi marinig, Mr. Padua?
Yan po, narinig na po.
Okay na.
Do you believe that man and women are equal? I believe there is a pleasant reputation when it comes to the war of the sexes. Everything is always exaggerated. This is a new age and a new period, but we're still questioning, are women equal to men? The extremes of feminists and old men's clubs repeatedly battle till they prove each other correct. That woman will be brawling if given control, and that man don't want to yield control. Why can't we simply be? Why does gender have to influence personality, opportunities, and lifestyle? Martin Luther King Jr. stated he wanted his kids to be assessed by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, and I feel the same way about being a man and for the other genders. Different physical components don't alter motivation, determine IQ, or boost mental ability. Rather than deciding who's superior, I believe we need to finally acknowledge that we are all the same. Judge me by who I am and not what I am. Yun lang po. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Padua. Another representative from Bahaghari. Okay, madam, you are recognized.
Of course, I believe that men and women are equal. As someone from the LGBT community, specifically as transgender student, I have lived as a woman. I have been raised as a woman. I've been born as a woman. I know what it's like. But then as I transitioned, I saw that I was still the same. I was still the same Ash that I was when I was recognized as a woman. I never changed. And I see this with gender. Gender never affected me or it never affected what I have done. So I believe that man and women are equal because I see this in myself. I've always been the same and I know that my advocacies and ang aking mga nakuha sa buhay ay hindi nababago ng aking gender. Ito ay galing lang sa akin at sa akin lang nanggaling ang aking mga nagawa sa buhay.
Okay, thank you very much, madam. So we also recognize that dependent candidate for representative from grade 8, Ms. Pulano Shane.
For me po, no one should be denied chances because of their gender or sexual orientation. This suggests that a woman should be given the same consideration as a male for a professional that demands heavy manual labor, depending on her skills rather than her gender. Rather than women are weaker if she doesn't win the job. It should be because she wasn't the best applicant. It indicates that when child custody is split between parents, a father's ability to provide for the children should take precedence over his gender. It shouldn't be influenced by the notion that women are caregivers. For me, equality means letting men and women do in an equal number rather than only allowing women to do it.
Thank you very much. So next, another candidate, independent candidate, Ms. De La Cruz.
As a feminist po, of course po, I agree. I believe that man and woman are equal. Kasi po, of course, we have different personalities po, we have different traits, and meron po tayong sari-sariling galing. It shouldn't be based on our gender. If a man is good, a man is great, it's not because he's a man. It's because meron po siyang sariling galing. And if a woman is if a woman po is great or pwede ding hindi great, hindi po yun dahil sa gender. Dahil nga po yun sa pagkakaiba-iba nating lahat. Yun lang po.
Thank you very much, Ms. De La Cruz. Okay, Ms. Luis, grade 12 representative.
Hello?
Sir Aguila.
Rinig po?
Rinig.
Okay. First, I think I don't like how these questions are formulated. I think this is a trick question. For me, I think they are not equal because our society is built in a patriarchal form. And although we are making progress now and still misogynist is still talamak pa rin po. And misandry is not as 0 to none. I mean 1 to 0. So I think hindi po talaga sila equal. Women are still fighting for their rights. Yun lang po.
Thank you very much. So Vice President Nadal, candidate for Vice President, you are recognized. Last one.
Yes, men and women are equal. Ang bawat babae at lalaki ay may kanya-kanyang kakayanan. At ang mga kakayanan na ito ay ang maghuhubog sa ekonomiya at mundo. Dahil ako ay naniniwala na character building is nation building. Wala ito sa kasarian o estado sa buhay. Pantay-pantay tayong lahat, babae man o lalaki. Sabay-sabay tayong aangat. Aangat at magsisilbing ilaw sa mundong madilim. Bilang isang vice-presidente, pinili ako hindi dahil sa kasarian ko, kundi dahil sa kakayanan at husay ko. Oo, babae ako, babae tayo. Pero lagi ninyong tatandaan na hindi tayo babae lang. Salamat po.
Thank you very much, Miss Nadal. Okay. So, mayroon pa po ba?
Sir, si Shelo Agkawili po.
Okay, Miss Agkawili, you are recognized.
Okay, like what the other candidates said, I also agree on this statement. I agree that man and women are equal. Hindi po porket babae ka, you can do the things or hobbies that a man can do. At hindi rin naman porket lalaki ka, you can't cry. Katulad po ng pinopromote ng CCSIS, gender equality must be recognized. Kahit anong gender mo, as long as you're doing the right thing, you'll succeed.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Agkawili. Okay. Wala na po ba?
Sir, ako po, pwede po ba mag-add? Hello po.
Okay, sige. Last one.
Okay po. Para po sa akin, equal ang man at woman. Simula una pa lang, kaya nang gawin ng babae ang mga kayang gawin ng lalaki. At napatunayan na natin yung sa napakahabang panahon. Madami nang naging leader ng mga kababaihan, napakadami nang naging successful, napakadami ng mga tumakbo sa mga posisyon. And kaya naman, naniniwala po ako na pantay-pantay na rin po ang recognition sa babae at sa lalaki. Kailangan ng pantay-pantay na respeto, pantay na pagtitiwala, dahil ang galing naman po ay nakikita sa kakayahan at hindi sa kasarian. 2022 na po at 2022 na po at dapat nga po wala na po tanong, dapat wala na pong gender inequality issues ganyan-ganyan kasi let's be more open-minded. Ngayong 2022, magsimula na tayong palawakin ang ating isipan, magsimula na tayong palawakin ang ating pagtanggap. Dahil naniniwala naman po ako na lahat tayo pantay-pantay, lahat tayo may pantay-pantay na karapatan. Yun lamang po, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Miss Althea.
Sir, excuse po. Pwede pa po bang humabol?
So last one, pinaka-last one na. Okay?
Sige po.
Kasi dapat two representative lang eh. Okay? You
Okay
are
po.
recognized. Mr. Darnell.
Salamat po. Muli ako si Garnet Jacob ko, tumatakbo bilang grade 12 representative mula sa grade 12 Halcon. Naniniwala ako na men and women should be equal. Lahat tayo ay nilikhang pantay-pantay biologically and through our physical abilities, but nagkakaiba-iba tayo sa ating paglago. At depende ang paglago natin sa opportunities na present sa bawat isa. At bakit nga ba dahil sa opportunities natin? Dahil pinahihirap ng society natin na makamtan ng pantay-pantay na oportunidad para sa lahat. Magkakaiba tayo ng kung paano tayo tinatrato ng society na hindi dapat tama dahil nagkaroon tayo ng kaisipan na na-normalize na yung pagiging inferior ng ibang mga tao sa ibang mga tao. Halimbawa sa mga mayayaman o pati na rin sa mga kababaihan na patuloy na pahirap pa rin ang pagkamtan nila ng mga magagandang opportunity na nagpapahirap din at nagpapaliban sa kanilang paglago, individual at pati na rin sa bawat aspeto ng lipunan. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.
Okay, maraming salamat. So thank you very much sa lahat na nag-participate para sa ating third round. So nasa ating kamay na kung sino ang ating ihalal sa darating na Wednesday na magiging karapat-dapat na mamumuno sa ating Supreme Student Government. Maraming salamat.
Thank you po, Sir Percy, for our third round of this event. So now, alam na natin kung ano ang mga pahayag, opinion at suggestion ng ating mga kandidato para sa taunang eleksyon para sa pwesto ng mga SSG officers natin. And now, to officially close this program, let us now welcome Ma'am Teen or Ma'am Christine the closing remarks.
Hello, good afternoon. It's so nice to listen to our candidates.
While we are waiting for Ma'am Abenohar, ayan, this moment, madami na tayong nalaman. Ayan, kaya welcome uli natin si Ma'am Abenohar.
Ayan. Thank you, thank you. It's so nice to listen to our candidates. By the way, good afternoon pala to everyone. It's so nice to listen to our candidates about their views and opinions. And we realize that it's very important to be of service to others. No? Katulad nga kanina, it's not the color of your skin, it's not the color of your eyes or your gender that defines the service that you want to have or to provide our school. To win as an SSG officer in the school will entail sacrifice on your part and of course service, yung volunteerism among you. Kaya by the fact that you signed up, you wanted to be a member of the SSG, it's already a signal that you want to serve the school, you want to serve your fellow students. So I hope that whether the candidates win or not, sana tuloy pa rin yung service na ibibigay nila sa paaralan. And to the organizers of this campaign, Meeting de Avance rather, headed by Ma'am Maricar Pamatmat, of course, Sir Percy Roa and our host today, and all other COMEA members, congratulations for putting up this platform, for this putting up this activity, because we were able to listen to the voice of your candidates for this year. And hopefully, our learners or our students will be able to choose wisely, vote wisely, ika nga. So think of who will be the best candidate that will help our school, will represent you as CalSci student to to our community. And again, to our candidates, good luck to all of you. I hope that you will not get weary, hindi kayo mapagod, hindi kayo magsawa na mag-serve sa ating community. And remember that manalo kayo, once you win in the position, it's a position of service and it's not a position of power. No? Hindi yan para mag-brag kayo about what you can do, but instead it's a role for you to give service to others. So that's it. Thank you very much and congratulations. You have all proved that you are all worthy to be an SSG officer of our school. Hope to see you when I see you next week. Have a great weekend and think deeply. Reflect on who will be our best candidate for this year. Bye-bye. See you when I see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you po, Ma'am Christine Abenohar. Again, as Ma'am Abenohar said, all of the candidates are already a winner, and all of you will have the position of service, which is to serve the Calcians, the students of CalSci, as well as to work hand in hand with our teachers, staff, and other facilitator of this institution. It is a warm greeting to everyone and a warm welcome to all of you as we witness and acknowledge every candidate of our school for the Supreme Student Government. Again, this is our Meeting de Avance, which is facilitated by COMEA, Commission on Elections and Appointments. Our host for today's video or event, I am Dominic Zamora. Thank you for your patience and for your active participation. For the following announcement, I forgot that lahat ng ating nakita at narinig ngayon ay magbibigay visa. So Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. para tayo ay naman ihanda ang mga sarili, ihanda ang mga isipan upang iboto ang nararapat para sa posisyon. Salamat.